Enough. We have a new addition. She sang Time to Say Goodbye, but tonight it is time to say hello to Sarah Brightman.
Sarah, how lovely to see you. Sit yourself down.
Thank you.
Now.
Take a pew. Hello, hello.
Now, people...
hi.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, hello.
That
People
was fun.
may be wondering why on earth you've just walked in with a spaceman, but...
Well, actually, I was wondering myself.
No, well, we heard that you have this fascination with space that started since you were a child.
Yes. Well, I'm going to show my age now. I was born in 1960, and of course, through that time, as a child, grew up and I saw the first man land on the moon on my black and white TV screen, which kept breaking down, and I just... It changed me completely.
Since then, that was it.
Since then, and that was it.
It was a genuine vision and a passion for you. You wanted to be there. You wanted to somehow get there.
I did, and what it did, it made me realise, you know, what human beings are capable of, what we can do, and I actually started to work properly and really study my music and my dancing and everything that I do. I mean, there was no way that I was ever going to get to space. I was brought up in Berkhamsted. There was no space programme in Britain. So that's what I did. It did actually change my life.
But keeping everything crossed, it looks like you could be going.
Yes, yes.
How?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually officially a cosmonaut in training now, set by the Russian Space Federation.
Yeah. So you have embarked on a training programme, you've undergone a medical.
I've gone through, it was tough, and this has been going on for a few years now. And I started off with my medicals in Houston, and then I thought I wouldn't pass anything.
What was the hardest thing that you did? What was the toughest thing?
The psychological tests.
Really? Really, were they?
And apparently everybody's scared of them. But
what do they do to you, like? What do they...
Well, I'll go to something really, really simple. They suddenly said, here's some stickies, or what do you call them here?
Post-its.
Little post-its.
Yeah.
And here's some paper clips. This is, I mean, I won't go into the more difficult, but the more simple. They said, we want you to build a 2-metre tower out of these, and you can use both of these materials. And I looked at it, and it was funny actually, because I remember thinking about Blue Peter when I looked at these things. Keep calm, and you had to do it with a team. And I've never built anything like that, and we did manage to make the 2-metre tower without any panic.
And if you go, it would be in 2014.
2015.
2015.
Yes.
Will you go alone? Will you fly solo?
No, you fly with the 2 other cosmonauts, and you go out of Baikonur in Kazakhstan on the Soyuz rocket, and it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing.
And what's the mission? Because you're not behind the controls, then. No.
Well, there will be tasks I have to do. I mean, it's about. I mean, I've gone through a fair amount of training up to now, but I'll have like 6 to 8 months training in Star City in Russia, which I've been at quite a lot, and I will have missions to do when I'm up there. The more scientific ones have to be decided yet, but obviously I'm an artist, and people who go up there, they do what they're good at doing. Engineers do what they do, scientists, medical. So I'm going to try. Well, it was funny actually. I was talking, because I get to talk to a lot of cosmonauts and astronauts at the moment around the world, and I was talking to one of the astronauts in Vienna the other day who flew. He was actually on the Mir station, and I said, "Is it possible?" He said, "Yes, of course it's possible, as long as you don't mind on film that your cheeks are going to be up here and you're not going to be looking because of, you know, zero gravity." And he said there's about 2-second delay, so you can work that out. And I'd love to sing with people on Earth if I could.
Oh, well, that would be something, wouldn't it?
You've got to get into prime physical condition as well, haven't you? I've worked on a couple of space programmes, not the same kind of yours, but television programmes.
Right.
And it's arduous, isn't it?
It really,
the physical
really is.
routine. You've got to be tough. You've got to be able to survive that time up there.
Yes, and you have to be very, very calm and take on to situations that are unusual and obviously outer-worldly. But I do feel, in a funny sort of way, because of my, you know, the life I've had touring all over the world, always being in uncomfortable situations, that I've kind of when I've been through things at Star City, I felt I'd sort of been trained in a way
getting
before.
You ready, Well, I mean, a lot of your music has kind of been shaped by your kind of obsession with space, really. And you've got this new album out, Dream Chaser, which is kind of it's all intertwined, isn't it? It
was totally inspired by all of this that I'm going through the last few years, and it was a beautiful palette to work with, because if you think about space, the universe, I mean, it evokes all sorts of emotions in all of us, and so I was able to paint and do beautiful things with this.
Well, let's have a listen to One Day Like This.
our spring special, for that to be the spring festival.
Holly, yeah.
Yes, it was the Holly Festival. And actually, the footage was taken from, it was in Utah, where they were celebrating, and in India. And I chose it because, you know, this song, which we all know originally from Elbow, it's beautiful because I always feel that they're saying in the lyrics there that, you know, one small experience can last you a whole lifetime and be beautiful. And we're so greedy for experiences nowadays, so we sometimes forget those small things. And I thought that Holly Festival, the festival of love, people being joyous together for one day, or for a week, would be perfect.
Did you ever imagine, when you were that little girl watching your black and white television, that you would be, first of all, Phantom of the Opera and perhaps one day in space? I
never thought I'd be Phantom of the Opera, but do you know, I had a funny feeling when I was going through all of that this would happen. And it has, and it's been amazing that my whole sort of career, everything that's happened to me in my life has led this sort of map in this pathway towards being able to do this.
Right.
So, incredible.
Yeah.
Well, the best of luck. We hope that you make it, and we want you to come back.
You've got to come back and tell us.
You've got to tell us about the experience.
I would love to, because it's an amazing thing, and I hope that everybody, you know, grandchildren, everyone that comes after us is able to do it.
Listen, if you want to sing with people on Earth at the same, maybe we could do it on the One Show. We could hook something up. It would be brilliant.
Sure we could.
You're singing in space, and we'll be down here.
He just wants to tap dance.
Yeah. Well, anyway, listen, your new album, Dream Chaser, is released on the 8th of April.
Christine has already lamented the lack of spring flowers, but it was William Wordsworth that